Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This may sound a little muffled because I'm using my laptop for recording. So I'm sorry if it's a little muffled. You may want to put your headphones on. Okay, or your AirPods. Okay, so let's get started. Yesterday, it's February 2026, and yesterday we had the full snow moon in Leo. What does that mean? Royalty. Regal, passion, drive, leadership. In the tarot, as you well know, Leo is the sun card. So what makes you happy? What drives you to your happy place? Let's go. February 17th starts the official, let's say, new year of the self-mastery. This is the year of awareness and working on ourselves. Okay. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, liking, hyping, doing it all. Thank you. Let's go. Aries. The King of Cups. I'll show you the cards in a minute. Hold on. The King of Cups, the Ace of, wow, the King and Queen of Cups. Oh my God, with the Ace of Swords in the middle. Are you kidding me? This is a dynamic duo that is emotionally available. And someone wants to have a conversation about, are we doing this? Are you ready? What do you want? Are we clear? Is it clear? Are you learning that someone finally is on the same page as you? Did someone just catch up, right? To being emotionally available and ready for whatever comes, allowing. This is great. Someone has really, this is a new beginning in a relationship of, this is soul to soul. This is a soul connect. It's beautiful. Absolutely. Dragonflies could be important, or you see them on whatever social media or outside if you're, if it's nice enough out where they're still out and about. I mean, it is winter yet. And making a wish. They just showed it to me. Someone made that wish that the person that they were hoping would come around is coming around. It is a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or you have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your chart. So knowing your natal chart is a good thing. Wow, look at that family. This person may want a family with you, or you already have a family with them. There could be talks about getting pregnant, wanting to get pregnant, either starting a family or adding to the family, getting married. Someone wants to be a family. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, good for you guys. I also feel that this is going to be a very important time for all of the things that we released from the year of the snake. Whatever the shedding of people, places, and things that happened is actually, if they were to come back around, or any person, place, or thing was to come back around, I feel that at least a conversation would give way to clarity as to someone's true emotional availability and or commitment. It's great. You might have waited for this one. Okay. Taurus. Taurus, the Nine of Swords, reversed with the Six of Cups. A soulmate that you're not overthinking the relationship any longer. Look at Some of you, it's like, okay, for a few of you Taurians, you're like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm not going to think too much. I don't want to overthink this anymore. I'm ready to make a commitment. I'm ready to go. Maybe you're going somewhere with someone, or you're leaving a relationship that was very much, had a lot of chemistry. Could be with a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, Sag. And maybe this relationship brought you to like overthinking. Someone may have said at some point, you know, I may have given you the wrong impression, or we really are new in this relationship and we really need to, I mean, this could be a new relationship that it took off really quick. And I feel that because it took off so quick, it went too fast. I do feel that. Let me see. Also, lizard, iguana. But I feel the energy of this relationship was like, we're doing this. Wow, family came out again. So you could be definitely, Taurus, dealing with an Aries and who has Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in their chart. Let me get one more. I'm not sure if this is, I feel someone was ready. Yeah, I do. This is what happened. Listen, Taurus, you started a relationship, fairly new, like let's say, you know, this last year, right? You're in a relationship with someone. You're talking about getting married, having a family, wanting, you know, you're even down to naming your kids. You're like, this sounds amazing, right? I'm ready. Someone says, I'm totally ready. But during the course of getting to know one another, certain things started popping up, meaning, well, I'm really not sure. It's too soon to really tell if this relationship can go the distance. And I feel someone pulled back, hence why you were, maybe they started thinking about it a little more, about what their priorities and what they wanted, their needs. So I feel that if this is talking to you, I feel like allowing someone their freedom right here, allowing someone their freedom, give them space, give them a chance to really reassess if that's what they want truly in the relationship. And if they've decided, Taurus, that they don't want that commitment right now, then give them that freedom and let it be. Really, you can't force someone. And that's really what happens in relationships that start out so quick, right? The sex is great, it's off the chain. We're going here, we're going there, we're meeting the family, we're just falling too fast. We're talking about, you know, you're meeting the family, but then you're, you know, it's like you want to settle down or what have you. And someone said, whoa, we got to slow the roll. Slow your roll, because I've been really thinking about it. And now I think we need to just kind of take a time out. Gemini. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you. And hype. Did I say that? Okay. Gemini, look at this. Like, are we happy or what? In our relationship, Gemini, this is you right here. You could be really happy in a relationship that has newly formed, right? It's like, oh my God, I'm off the top happy, right? My choice was the right one. I didn't say the one. I said for now, it's the right choice that you're making. Maybe you're moving in together. You really are on the same wavelength as the person that you're with right now. You see, you're feeling really good with this person. You feel really cozy with this person. All right, let's look. You may want to move in together, just saying. Okay, so why did someone leave you hanging? Or is this family? This came out for Taurus and Aries. Are you kidding me? All right, so I'm going to say it. If you were dealing with a Taurus, yeah, look. Okay, it makes sense. And I had to pick all these cards for you to understand the storyline. The narrative is, if you were dealing with a Taurus or an Aries in their chart, Gemini, right? You changed your mind. You may have been uncertain as to the direction that you wanted to go, and you needed a timeout. You needed time to think. We all need time to assess what we really want and what really matters. If you're in a committed relationship and there was someone interested in you from the outside, I feel like some of you, if that's the case, you blocked them, or you decided to just leave them hanging because your family matters more, meaning your committed relationship matters more. I also feel if you met someone through family ties, I feel like you're really happy right now. The relationship's new and it's great, but you're also giving time to yourself to figure out what it is that you want. In the read with Taurus and Aries, things went too quickly and someone pulled out. That could have been you. But it is different. If you do have Taurus or Aries, you may want to look at their reads because the outcome for both was just a tad different. Okay. So, Gemini, enjoy this moment. Like, take it in. Sponge it. Because life is too short not to enjoy what it is that you want. Right? Sometimes we do. Everyone does it. We adhere to others just to make them happy. But then we realize that we're not happy. Or it goes too quick, you know? And then we're like, whoa, I shouldn't have jumped into this so quick. Or someone did with Taurus. Okay. Cancers. Cancers. Ooh, I love it. Queen of Pentacles. Work is really good. The boss, you could be a boss. Some of you really are getting out of a situation that really hurt you, and you're rebuilding your foundation. This could be a rebuild of like rebranding yourself, Cancers. You're like, you know what? Also, you may need a vacation. You could be planning on taking some time off after that Three of Swords reversed. I need a vacation. I may want to go to Europe. I'm going to save money, or you're planning on going to Europe. It may be soon. It may be in June. Okay. If you just got out of a relationship, you're really regrouping. You could have left a job. You could have been the boss and closed. You may, if you're a boss, you could be like, you know what? I'm going to take off for 3 weeks. And I'm going to close the business. Not for like forever. I do feel some of you are dealing, maybe you are the boss, and money is really good, coming in really very well. Like you're doing really well. Financially, you're doing really well. Cancers, good for you. See, closing the cycle. I really think that you're closing. I do. I think that you're taking, if you own, it's like a family business, right? And you need to be there for the business, whatever it is. I feel like you're going to take like a little siesta. Maybe I don't feel it's for a weekend. I feel like you're closing maybe you're rebuilding or expanding the business. You could be like remodeling or expanding. I feel like expansion is big here. And the closing of this cycle right here is whatever didn't work out in terms of a relationship or business. I feel like I'm out of here. I still feel like myself. I feel very confident and secure in who I am. I'm financially viable. So I'm out of here, right? Whatever didn't work out, didn't work out. I'm closing it up and I'm moving on. Some of you need to not move on as quickly as as this ace says, right? Or don't jump into, which so many people do, right? Especially after a 3 of Swords. It's like out with the old, in with the new, and suddenly you're hooking up with, people on Tinder or something. I would probably say that is for very, like 3% of you. But if it is, it still matters. Like if you're meeting new people, like take time to get to know someone, if that's the case. But I do feel that you're like, you know what, I'm closing my business and I'm taking a trip. Or the business is being remodeled. That sounds, to me, it felt much more like that you're expanding your business and remodeling it, maybe square footage. Good for you. And like, yeah. And during that time of remodeling or time out of closing your business at some point, you're like, I'm not going to lose any money because I've saved, I've invested. You're investing in yourself now. It's good. And that's exactly what everyone needs to know during this time, is invest in yourself. If it means closing a business because you've worked your butt off and you've made money, then go take your month off or whatever it is. Why not? All right, Leo. I went on a rant there, but we had to. Leos. Okay, some of you are dealing with, it could be a female Leo, Aries, Sag right here. I feel like some of you are, if someone's crossed over to the other side and it's a child, you're getting downloads from a child on what to do next, maybe where to go next, or how to utilize your time and or maybe your job, maybe falling into a new job. Maybe you're getting heads up on, I feel it's downloads. You're getting wisdom from the other side. Now, if it's not that, then a Leo, Aries, Sag child could be helping you. This is like mediumship, psychic abilities. You're learning right here. Some of you are learning. Some of you have been actively, maybe you're getting ready to do a podcast, or you're getting ready to do a YouTube channel, or you've been dabbling in that. Some of you are definitely ready to go for it. Yeah, but I also feel if someone's on the other side, they are helping you to maybe grow your business, expand a part of your business. Let's look. I also feel that what she's wearing, you might have been shedding. If there is anyone, Leos, listen to me. If there's anyone that you're trying to help someone move through an issue that's younger than you, right? It could be your daughter. It could be a sister. You're trying to help they're asking you for knowledge and information or wisdom from you. That's what it is. Like someone could be, you could be a seasoned executive, right? And you have the wherewithal, right? To help someone out. Now, interesting that this is someone who can't let go. So if you do have another fire sign, or a fire sign child can't let go, or you can't let go of someone, you may not be able to let go of someone's memory. And I'm going to tell you right now that if this person is on the other side in any way, this person may be giving you downloads, great, but also we need to release those who are on the other side. And I'll tell you why, because that hinders their growth, their soul's growth. So, and if it is an obsessive ex coming back, okay, Leos, if you have a psycho ex coming back who wants just sex because you look good, you know, you gotta really think about this hard, because there's a fox here. Someone's trying to get back into your good graces, Leo. Maybe this ex that's obsessive is trying to get back into your good graces because they just want to have fun. I mean, that's what that is. They think that maybe you'll go for it. I didn't feel good about that person. I'm just saying. I didn't feel good that someone is trying to coerce you. That's the word. They're trying to coerce you into doing something or going back to them because they're all that. I don't know. I didn't feel good about that. Let me get one more card for Leo on that. Someone's trying to coerce you into doing or going back to them. Baggage. Someone has a lot of baggage and you know it. And that baggage, you don't want that baggage again. And that is going to happen until the new year unfolds, where a lot of residuals coming, you know, a lot of people will come back just to see if they can get into your good graces. That's what's happening. And this person happens to be like a psycho. And they have baggage. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means they're toxic. They could have toxic, you know, overbearing. All right, Leo, good luck with that and let me know. Virgos. Virgos, the Knight of Pentacles. Something's taking its sweet time. You are, which is a good idea. That is you. It's taking you a minute to get out of your headspace about a loss of a relationship. Sorry. You're still trying to overcome this is Angora, really. It's all over the place. Okay. So it's taking you a minute to heal from a relationship that, you know, you were really overthinking, hoping, maybe pondering what happened, or wanting to know why. Some of you could have been like, you know, some of you waited too long to make a decision about a relationship. Let's see. Separation, reflecting, and soul searching. Yeah, it makes total sense. So a relationship could have ended, or someone waited too long. Look at this. Someone's like saying, don't go. So you could live at a distance from someone, or someone needs you to make a final decision about whether or not, you know, you guys can be together, but you're in separation now, and it's really heart-wrenching, and it's this, if you are healing, it's taking forever to heal. If you can't be with this person because they're they live at a distance from you. That's been really, it's harsh, and you're reflecting on, what happened, how it happened, if it's ended. Let me take another card from here for Virgo. I feel like a decision needed to be made and it wasn't. Oh, baggage. Who just had that? It was just Leo. Self-love. Okay, so that's what you're doing. You are taking time for yourself and to get through this, because this relationship, this is reflecting. That's what you're doing. You're reflecting on the relationship that had a lot of, they're saying, kinks to it. There were certain kinks, like there was a distance issue. You're in separation because you can't see each other. You have your regular lives, day to day, and you can't see each other. Someone has maybe kids, and that's taking them away from their, them being able to come see you, or vice versa. So there's a lot there to unpack, and I feel as if you're saying to yourself, this really sucks, that things can't be different. You can't uproot your life, and neither can they. So it's kind of like that. And that's a harsh reality, right? Especially if you get along really well with this person, or you have deep love and feelings for them. But Spirit's saying use this separation to love yourself. Okay. Libra. Look at this came out for Virgo as well. Was this? Yeah. Getting out of your head. Okay. A lot of that's happening, apparently. Getting out of your head and just doing your, I'm going to take these two because they're just calling me. Wow. Look at this. Getting out of your head. 10 of Swords. Oh my gosh. So this could be about a relationship, Libra, with a Leo, Aries, Sag, or you're just getting out of your head and working on your creativity and not worrying about this, that, and the other, because this is a 9 and that's a 10. So really and truly, if you've been worrying about a job, a relationship, what's going to happen, what's next, I feel like you just let it all go. Thank God. You let it go and you said, okay, wait a second. Whatever happens is going to happen. And knowing that it's going to happen for your highest good, even though maybe at the time that, you had to get out of your headspace. You were overthinking, the relationship or what to do about, someone might feel guilty and embarrassed that they feel they were in the wrong. That could be the Leo, Aries, Sag. You may have been worrying about a relationship. You may have been worrying about whether or not this relationship was really right for you, because it seemed to be going well, right? It was a relationship that was going well, but I really feel that sorry, Libra, someone fucked up. Or you were allowing someone to give you only 30% of their time and effort. And that's immature. It is. It's an immature, even though this is a queen. If this is an external person that you were in a relationship with, you were allowing that person to give you really breadcrumbs. I'm sorry, but really. They know they're in the wrong. They know they messed up. And if that's not a Leo, Aries, Sag, Libra, then you realize that working on not dealing with immaturity because you've leveled up and you're no longer going to worry about how others are thinking of you and, you know, what their next move is. I feel like you need to focus on what you're doing. Sorry. What you're doing next. What are you doing next? Why are you worried about what they're doing? I mean, that's what I find interesting, truly. I find it really interesting when, you know, I mean, it's not like you don't want to know. It's not like you're not curious, you know, if what the other person may be thinking, or what they, you know, if they're coming back or if they're not coming back. But honestly, truly, that should be you. This year, this upcoming year, and maybe this is the lesson that you're learning, Libra, it's all about what you want, not necessarily what someone else wants. That's what this year is about for everyone across the board. It is about freedom to think for yourself, freedom to be yourself, and to do the things that you love to do, and not worry, not be so hell-bent, obsessed about what others are doing and what they're not doing, and if they want you back or if they don't want you back. I mean, the bottom line is it's going to happen the way it's supposed to, and the bottom line is we need to let go and allow. The universe is going to show you what's best for you, no matter what happens. You know, you go through detours, sure, but sometimes those detours are just patterns and cycles that repeat because you don't realize that if you let it go, it's either going to, you know, it'll make it or break it. That's the whole purpose and premise of this new year, this upcoming new year of the fire horse. It's like, you know, like, let's move on. And not with blinders on, but with the freedom to know better. All right, I ranted. Scorpio. It happens. We just rant. Hangman. So, the star, you could be dealing with an Aquarius and 6 of Pentacles. So, you may be waiting, right? You may be waiting for a sign, you may be giving yourself some really quality time emotionally to see how you feel. Because perhaps a relationship needed to be more equal, right? It's like, I know that a relationship is about equanimity. And if it wasn't, now your energy is there and you're really now establishing a place where, you know, you're changing and looking at it from a different viewpoint, right? We've been given some time, let's say some time off. That's why it's good to be patient and wait for the sign, or wait to see how you feel, and wait to see if some part of you changes your perception or perspective of what you want that needs to be equal. This is just about, and it's not just, but it's important to have equality and equanimity in everything that you do, so that you don't lose yourself and or someone else doesn't lose themselves, right? So you feel like, some of you feel like, I'm just not going to do anything because I truly am not sure how the energy is kind of making me wait to see how I am going to feel about whatever it is in your life, be it a relationship, work, partnership, whatever. Goodbye, because some relationship has left your life. And someone said, see ya, because they're giving you a chance to figure out what it is that you want. Trust. There it is. And I just mentioned that in Libra's read. So you could be dealing with a Libra, but actually, I'm telling you right now, across the board, people, humanity needs to understand that we need to put more trust in the universe and allow things to pan out however they're going to pan out, even if we say farewell or people leave our lives for whatever reason, cycles close, people leave our lives because it's their time to go. And that was confirmation from Alexa. But honestly, it's like, if someone leaves your life, Scorpio, you know, if you are thinking about it and trying to change your perspective about it, how you feel, then it's good that you're doing that, because it's showing that you're growing, you're evolving. But you also have to know that there's trust here that needs to also be part of, like, this is part of the plan. This is part of the blueprint right here. The blueprint of letting go and letting trust and entrusting in what you don't know is best for you. Spirit does. Right here. You know that it's better to trust in what the universe has set out for you than, let's say, literally to trust yourself and say goodbye to relationship, people, places, and things that maybe, you know, they weren't for your highest good. And that includes family members and situations and whomever. I'm going to get one more card on that for you. Hold on. One more card on the goodbye for Scorpios. Look at blocked. You could have blocked people. You could be, you know, telling, like, literally closing the chapter means I have to, like, let these people go. And that could be, you know, family and friends that you thought were friends and ended up to be frenemies. I mean, seriously. Maybe sometimes, Scorpios, the best thing to do is to block someone, and or someone blocked you, and it's like, you know what, you may not like it, but guess what? It's probably for your highest good to trust the universe and just allow it to unfold the way it is supposed to. Saggies. Look at, now Scorp's coming out. Saggies, the end. Wow, this is really the end. This is like signed, sealed, and delivered, the end. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yes. That's not a joke. This is like the end. I'm done, and done. Absolutely. This is where you, sorry, this sweater's itchy. This is where you signed, sealed, and delivered. It's like, I'm done. I'm not going back. I know that I'm not going back. I know that I've turned my back on every person, place, and thing, and or thing that wasn't for my highest good. I already know that. I am going to say this was a karmic lesson. Spirit did intervene, as always. Our spirit guides have helped us to grow and to let go. And you may be doing that right now, letting go and moving on. I mean, listen, let's put it this way. A Saggy is not easy to catch. They're not. You guys are not easy to catch. Meaning to be, you know, to start a home and family because you need to know what it is that you really want, and that you have what you have passion and whom you have passion for, but it has to be higher than that. It has to give way to being a friend and a lover and progress into a full-on relationship. So for some of you, you have blocked exes. Could be Scorpio. Could be actually anyone, because the World card is there. Leo, anyone. Karmic. Yeah, this was a lesson. This is a lesson for you, Saggies, to finally realize, and they're using the word relatable, to realize that those places, people, and things that we can relate to are not always the ones that we can We can't fly with those people. They can't be on, they're not on our vibration. They're not on the same vibrational level as you. So this is a lesson not to necessarily, sorry, it's my sweater. The lesson is not to go too fast, too soon, and jump into a relationship or try to get something back again that you know is not for you. Right? We don't want to repeat these karmic lessons. So sometimes we need to really and truly blocking someone, or just not constantly check in or text, or even if you have kids with someone, right? It's like knowing the boundaries and setting boundaries, quite frankly. So karmic, this is a lesson of don't go back to the same old, because you're gonna, with a world card, if you do go back, you're gonna experience, or if you, even if you don't, right? You're moving on, but you can't take some of, like, understand the lesson that you've learned and the patterns that have formed and cycles that have triggered you in relationships so that you don't repeat. That's why with the world card, you don't want to repeat. You don't want to repeat. Sometimes we move on so quickly with people, right, that it's like we don't have time to just breathe, you know? All right, Capricorn. Cappies. These three. They just called me. Capricorn, look at this. Temperance, the Two of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So you may be really giving yourself some much needed time to think about where you want to go next, what you want to do, a new job, a new place, a new relationship, whatever it is, you're thinking about it. And I feel that the good news is you're not letting your head make the decision. Let your heart make the decision, right? So it's time to just ask yourself what it is. And you have a spirit guide or many spirit guides, one in particular, which is the one that we truly come with on the earth plane. We all have spirit guides, right? Or I'm sorry, a guardian angel. Excuse me, I digress. This is a guardian angel who's helping you. And you may have other spirit guides too, helping you to move forward, right? And seek where you want to go. Look at that. Some of you Capricorns are married and you may be thinking about popping the question. Hold on a second. Wow, isn't that interesting? There's some of you are moving on and letting go and saying goodbye. Maybe if you're married, some of you, I think I did have that actually. Capricorn, I did have it, I feel, in your read for February. I feel that you freed yourself from a marriage or, let's say, a long-term relationship or a relationship that was going nowhere. And I feel that some of you might have decided, some of you could have prayed about it or decided that it wasn't any good for you and decided, I'm freeing myself and starting over again. It doesn't have to be a marriage. It could be, like I said, could be you were together for a minute and now you made that decision, and it took you longer than a minute to make that decision. But I also feel you asked, for some of you, you might have asked for signs from the universe, or you were getting signs from your guardian angel and whatever. The angelic realm was definitely helping you to make this decision. There's all these feathers. You could have seen feathers, or you picked up some feathers as you're walking, and that was like the sign. Also, looking back on this, I mean, you have to remember this Ace of Pentacles has a fox in it. Someone may have tried to outfox you, which is really like silly. How could they do that, right? Let me get one. Oh, these two. We'll take them. Thank you. Next. Yeah, used your intuition. Exactly. You did. You got angelic help by using your intuition. You did use your heart, which is your core of intuition. Your gut is your intuition. So it makes all the sense in the world that you were guided through your intuition from your guardian angel to say, thanks, but no thanks. Okay, now, and you really did take your time, because this was a relationship that may have, it was important, and you may have kids or animals attached to it, right? It's not easy if you do have kids, to just make that decision. It takes a while to make a really huge move like that, to make that decision. So good for you for taking time to make that decision. But if you do watch my Capricorn February read, it did state that. I feel the same freedom you are getting in February. So it's reiterating it. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius. These three. Oh, I think we have four. Hold on. No, it's three. Aquarius. We have the Empress. Beautiful. The Ten of Pentacles. What? And the Wheel. Wow. It's good for Aquarians. Females, Aquarians. All right, if you don't want to get pregnant, watch out. You could be very fertile right now. Otherwise, you're in the money. You are like starting a whole new life, brand new everything, loving life. You could be getting ready to do some traveling, maybe with family and friends. You really came out of this like, they're saying unscathed. You came out of a relationship unscathed because you took the advice of your own self. You know why? Because you leveled up. You have 2 10s here. New life, new beginning, but because you progressed, you leveled up. You are now the Empress. You learned so much about how you love yourself so that you're not settling and not going back. That's exactly what this is happening right now. It is about the full moon in Leo. It's about leveling up. It's about self-mastery and moving on with the fire horse new life. That's exactly, Aquarius, you're at that place. You're in perfect condition, perfect order. If you are saying 222 or 111, 1010, absolutely. Because you had enough of this. Absolutely. Cheating, being backstabbed, having someone come back and forth, being hot and cold, telling you one thing and doing another, not putting in the work, the whole thing. Backstab could mean a lot of things, right? Talking shit behind your back as well. Look at constraining order. Maybe not literally, but this almost got to a level of you gotta really get a life, and you have to get out of mine. Sorry, but not sorry. I really feel that you were like, we're done here. We're done here. And literally, not even really caring, but you are like, you're not heartless, but you're like, I'm done. I've moved on. And, I think that if you said anything, Aquarius, it's like, I've moved on, so you really should do the same. And that gives you the power of what? Self-love. That is self-love. You said, I'm not getting treated like that ever again. Not when you hit an Empress level. Not when you get to Empress level. Every life changes. Your whole life changes. And it's never the same again. You can't go back. Why would you? Pisces. It's great. It's really great. These three. Oh, we got 4. All right, Pisces, let's see. 10 of Cups. All right, I'm going to turn these around like this. 6 of Cups, the World, the Fool, and the Star. Wow, Pisces. Look at how happy we are. Really happy. People, I'm going to say, if you are in the public eye, you're gaining a lot of respect. If you've met some new people in business, like from a distance, you're dealing with maybe people from, another country. You could be planning on going to another country, but honestly, I feel that you are dealing with people that are new in your environment, probably work, where they're like, oh my God, Pisces is like the star of their own show. It's kind of like a quiet, this quiet confidence in you where it just emulates everywhere. Like your energy is really vibrating at a higher frequency right now. You're happy. If you have kids, your kids are happy, but I feel like life is really good in Pisces right now, and you're being respected for the choices that you've made and for releasing yourself from some things that in the past were not easy to release. Wow. I really feel like a lot of you are either from Europe or another country and or are working, losing sleep, worried, replaying events, thinking about you. Someone has been losing sleep over you, or maybe you were losing sleep because you weren't sure about. Wow, look at this. All right, I'm going to say it. I don't think, Pisces, this is directly related to you. I feel it's related to some of the people that are seeing you, that came to you for advice. I feel that maybe family members or your friends, your close circle, right, came to you for advice. They were losing sleep and they needed your advice, and you're now like that person that you are their go-to for advice because you've been there. You have done so much. You are seasoned. So you know how to give good advice, and also because of your, you are very seasoned in, you're using your intuition. You know like ahead of time certain events that will happen. So you don't necessarily let anything kind of take hold of you. At this juncture, you're feeling really good. And people are coming and noticing. So you're attracting people who need advice in their marriage, in their relationships, who are losing sleep, and they're saying, Pisces, can you help me? You're so compassionate. And you have this intuitive, maybe you have a family member or a friend who thinks their husband or wife is cheating on them. I'm going to get another card. I don't feel if it is you, then it is, and they're tit for tatting. I really feel like it's a bestie or something where they're really not doing well and they're coming to you for advice and for your compassion. And, you're giving them honest to goodness advice that will help them. Maybe they're worried that they're going to get divorced, or maybe it's you. I don't know. Secrets. Look at, yep. Someone could have had a secret love of like a one-nighter or something, right? Or it's a friend or family member. It's right here. If it is you, then so be it. Then it is you, and you're worried that, you know, you don't want to hold on to that, and you just want to move on from it. So it probably already happened. If it was something that happened, it did already, and you need to move on from it. And hopefully, if it is you, someone, or if it's your person that you were with and you have kids with or whatever, it's like, you know, letting it go and forgiving someone. Maybe that's what's being called here. Can you forgive someone who has done that to you? And if it's not directed at you, you're giving advice to someone because you've been there, done that at another time in your, you know, let's say. Or you had that happen to you. Look at, you're getting a reading. Yep. If it's you, then, and if you're worried about your spouse or someone messing around, I mean, I'm sorry, but I feel the secret's out, or it's coming out. 3D. Yep. Someone wanted just to have fun. Pisces. I don't know this. I was going to say this is the collective, but it's not. If you continue to live in the 3D, right, or you are with someone who is very much into, you know, the power of unhealthy, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? The power or misuse of money, being greedy, wanting just the materialistic life. That's 3D. Let's get one more card for you. Queen of Earth. Yeah, greedy. Someone got greedy. You know, it's kind of like you get wrapped up in the 3D because they have programmed, meaning when we came to the earth plane, this earth plane is the school of hard knocks because it is about greed. Western civilization has been raised greedy, wanting more, right? Okay, so Pisces, good luck with that and let me know. All right, now collectively, let's get one card for the collective, please. Energy vampires. Wow. Okay, so guess what? During this transition of leaving the year of the snake, of shedding, you're going to be, the energies, vampires are in full form, meaning temptation comes back. People are going to come around you because they want your energy, especially if you are a light worker. So I would say these people are not to be trusted. They may be playing victim. They're coming back into your life. A lot of people are having energy vampires come back into their lives because you're being tested one more time. They want to suck as much more energy as they already have drained you of. There's manipulative energy around, so be mindful, because from now until the 17th, these people that didn't like to hear no are going to come back around. What else? Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius, so you already know. You know, Aquarius is I know. I know, not just the Aquarians, but everybody that has higher vibration already are very much aware, very aware that these people are going to try to get back into your life. Exes, frenemies, you know, they're going to try. Okay, and one more because, well, King of Fire. Yep, look at that. Up until, I just said that. The fire horse, new life, new beginnings, on the 17th of February, up until that time, these people are going to definitely try again. Like the shadow is trying to get through to the light using as much and exhausting and aggravating, and they're going to keep trying. Temptation will knock at your door. Exes will come back. The frenemies, all of the negativity, anything that can be sucked, who sucks the life and drains your energy, but you already know. And now that you do know, if you're watching this, just be mindful. You know now that up until that time, and even after that time, you're going to experience a lot of people who drain your energy. I mean, that's just, we're on the earth plane. But if you know better and you're aware, then you can say, okay, I'm not looking, I can look at you and I will face you head on, but you're not going to drain my energy because I already know who you are. I know you're the energy drainers. I know that you're the negativity that I look, hear, feel, and watch. And some of you getting out of that energy cycle of watching the news, streaming, all of that stuff that's negative out there is really taking in your energy. And that's why at the end of the night, some feel drained, or the opposite happens where it's like, oh my God, I just got this second wind and I can't stop, on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. And then you get, you're up till 3 a.m. So you got to really be mindful about who's draining your energy. And it may not necessarily be a who, it's social media, it's the news, it's all of the stuff that you ingest. So be mindful of that so it doesn't happen. We're in a spiritual warfare. Got it? All right, I love you guys. Have a great week, and I'm here for you if you need me. Take care.